You are on.
George Burns, Bob Hope, Betty White. Each of these icons knew how to distill humor out of humanity. They were pundits at capturing rapture. Rapture. My version is joyful ecstasy. It may come in the form of a newborn baby, a loving pet, or learning that space travel has finally gone commercial and the first person in line is your mother in law. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, most honored guests, how does rapture show up for you? In my experience, I am so full of love and awe that my eyes begin to tear up. This image puts me in that state of rapture. I can remember so clearly standing on the cliff of this canyon and capturing my rapture. Creating this kind of joy with your mind rewards you in three significant ways that I call the ABCs of successful and healthy living. The A is that we are all funny in our own way. We represent the humor of humanity and automatically bring joy to others. They may not appreciate it in the moment, but that all changes once they readjust their funny bone. Nature, on the other hand, accepts you unconditionally without judgment. You can too. B is that rapture is one of the best ways to balance body and brain, thereby combating stress. Stress is the foundation of the 10 most common causes of death. Today, stress has gone viral in more ways than one. Mastering stress and healing begins by capturing rapture with your mind. The C of ABCs is that rapture is connecting and creative. Where creativity goes, productivity flows, providing fulfillment, the ultimate source of joy. When we laugh together out of a state of rapture, there is an unsurpassed connection through unity. We are united in the state of being in the moment now, united in the state of forgiveness for the past. We are united in the state of joy for tomorrow. Rapture connects us in these United States of America. My ABCs were exemplified in the lives of George Burns, Bob Hope, Betty White. Each of them lived well into their 10th decade with amazing health and by capturing rapture. They knew how to embody it and lift others up with it. You can too. I first discovered my reward of rapture during a most demanding work shift. It was 2 a.m. in the morning as I was working in a 24-hour pharmacy. There were so many patients waiting for medications. Most of them smelled very sick. They were suffering from gastrointestinal issues exploding out of both ends. I was overwhelmed with stress. The stress of thinking I did not have the time or energy to do what was needed. I felt like I was not living up to my lifelong passion of ministering to suffering patients. What would I be doing? What can I do? Then, out of the clear blue, an image, this image, was portrayed across the canvas of my mind. In that moment, I was at peace instantly. How could that have happened? My rapture transformed my focus from my problem to my passion. It changed my perspective from lack, no energy, lack of energy, to giving back with compassion. The more I gave, the more I felt filled up. My rapture put a smile on the faces of those patients as I completed all of my work with greater ease. There was a sense of well-being far beyond that provided by any medication. It was even better than watching Netflix with Ben and Jerry's. The truth is, drugs are not the answer to mastering stress. The secret lies in creating a relentless high with rapture from your mind. That's the secret. This image not only spurred me into productivity during a most demanding shift, it inspired me to write a poem that recaptures my rapture for future trials. It goes like this. These hills, they drew my eyes. I could feel the ways they would hypnotize to reward my gaze. For oft when daily toils dismay and thoughts of joy are left to brood, the hills my mind would then portray to fill my heart with gratitude. And then my eye with rapture fills and glories with the stately hills. When you go home tonight, sit for a few quiet moments with pencil and paper. Write down what brings you your joyful ecstasy. Capture your rapture. Madam Toastmaster.